everybody. So fellas, I'm gonna be telling you guys that a lot, almost every single 99% to be exact, most women find you guys attractive, more masculine, more aggressive looking, and also mentally it's gonna reflect on that as well, and how you express yourself, all these things where it's making you look more of a man. And a man, right back to masculine once again, okay? So I really hope I can help you guys with this video. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Welcome to the army. And then please give this video a huge thumbs up. And so I can go ahead and jump into it? Yeah. All right, so you look more masculine. This might be surprising to some fellas out here. Let me know if it's surprising to you or if you heard it before or maybe you didn't. Anyways, when you are the quiet one, the quiet guy, when you become the quiet guy, you're basically becoming hidden. You're basically becoming the guy that's unknown. When you become unknown, guess what's happening? A woman does not feel validated. She doesn't feel like, okay, well, this guy has some sort of energy that he's just willing to give. And that's the case, right? When you are an unknown guy that's quiet, you're laid back. You're held back. Now, I want to get into the whole laid back and being chill and nonchalant. Give me a second. But when you become that guy, you're out of like the picture, out of the view. So you stand out even more. And what makes you more masculine is that you don't have to say nothing to her to impress her. Standing out by not saying nothing is more powerful than being the loud guy in the room or that masculine guy that stands out. And here's exactly why. The guys that have more to basically make women attract to them, make women come closer to them, those guys are kind of entertaining them or honestly enjoying it. So women are very competitive, and I told you guys already, they are pretty competitive with other women, whether they want to admit it or not, but they are competitive with their men. So women honestly will choose a guy that has less hoes, or entertains, to be exact, entertains less women. And this is the point of, she wants problems, as in like, she doesn't want a simp. She wants a guy that's gonna hold his ground and all that stuff. But she doesn't also want a guy that's impossible to get to. So being masculine is just becoming attractive or looking aggressive by being quiet. But it's not that you're making her feel so intimidated by who you are. Now, being intimidated, it's gonna happen sometimes, right? Especially if you have a partner that looks a certain way or does a certain thing, all those stuff. But you're not supposed to, in the sense, for her to make her feel more comfortable and more attracted to you and feel that like, oh, I'm gonna come up to you maybe, let's say it like that, or I wanna see you, or I notice you. For her to feel that way, it's only gonna happen when she feels like there's no competition for real. And if there is competition, she has to feel confident. So you don't wanna kick down that woman. And this is for all my fellas out there that's like thinking like, well, I don't really care what she thinks. And then, well, I should, because that's the only way it's going to keep her around. And it's the truth, right? So for all my fellas that's trying to make her feel attracted to you more, like you're a man, you're trying to, whatever, look a certain way, you're gonna have to most definitely be quiet, but still stand out, as in you're available. And then when you're being quiet, held back, but you're doing that to just stand out, but you're standing out because you're just not the one that's gonna say something or want to get her attention. Now, remember, this video is mainly on women. So realistically speaking, I'm going to be talking about what you should be doing in cases where you want women. If you're the quiet guy in general, or you like to be quiet, that's where it's going to be a problem. Now, I have to reverse this, and this is my next point. If you want to look more masculine, you have to know when to switch it up. So I first touched on how you could be the quiet guy, the nonchalant guy, the laid kickback guy. It's going to help you. You're going to stand out more, and then she's going to want to get your attention. She's going to try to do more. And then obviously when you have women looking your way, not the specific one that you want, it helps. And then this next part, like I said, fellas, come on, you got to know when. I'm going to keep it simple with this. You know, I don't want this video to be too long, but fellas, have you ever asked yourself, am I still going for no reason? Did I see that she's not really interested? And what happens? You start noticing it happens like you were really forcing yourself. Or let me say it like this. You were really trying a little too much. Not a little bit, a little too much too much on getting hurt. Fellas, the effort that you have to put in, it's not gonna be always. So when you know the time and the place, and this is what makes you look more masculine, it goes back to emotional stability. If you're not new to my channel, you should be definitely familiar with this word. I've talked about it so many times. So if you have that emotional stability, let's leave it at that, right? You will then show you're masculine enough to hold your feelings together. I say leave it at that because can I get deep into those emotional stability? Or let's say it like this, emotional stabilityness? Is that a word? Who knows? You know, comment down below. But seriously, that emotional stabilityness that you could have, once again, hope that's a word. It's gonna still make sure that's gonna make you look more reliable, more I can depend on this man because he's not gonna fall apart, or you know what, I'm not the girl that's gonna make him become a simp. Women do not like to know that they could do certain things and make you instantly break down because it's not exciting. It's not, I wanna keep doing it more, or I wanna be around that. The challenge is gonna have to be there because you have to remember women are beautiful. I say as in, there's makeup, there's what can we talk about, cosmetic surgeries and all these things out here, alterations that women can make. So even if it's not real or if it's real, it doesn't matter because they're still gonna get men. So the competition is always there. So they are tired of getting easily any man, to be more exact. So I'll leave it at that. I'll elaborate on how, you know, how women really want men that basically are out there but not easy to get to, and of course not other women can easily get to as well. That's a huge bonus as well. But I do need to move on, y'all. And that whole woman thing, you have another woman wanting you, that's a huge bonus that you guys may not know, but you know today. Last thing that I have to touch on, and this I kind of feel like is gonna throw off some fellas. If it throws you off, hey. But I'm gonna move on. Let me know once again if you want me to touch on anything. Last thing though is fitted clothing. Fitted clothing is gonna absolutely, let me say it again. I want to do the flexing, but I'm not going to be too extra. But fitted clothing is definitely going to make you look way more masculine to women, make you look more attractive, and definitely have more women want you simply because you look stronger. Simply because that buffness is appearing due to, due to the clothing being fitted. Physically, you look like you're masculine. The whole point when you wear fitted clothing is that you want it to look tight or pressed on your body. I'm assuming it's gonna make you look more attractive, right? Now, I find that not every guy is gonna be a fitted clothing guy, and then not every guy is gonna want fitted clothing, which is fine, which is cool. But the bigger problem is like, you might have to wear fitted clothing if you're really skinny. I know it sounds really, well, but I'm not. I get that, but that's not my point. My point is like, if you want to look masculine around her, she's not going to choose the guy that looks, you know, this big compared to the guy that's right next to him, which is you, looking like this and looking like he could just take full control and full aggression on her. So, fellas, for you specifically, you have to find clothing that's going to be fitted enough for you. Now, I talk about fitted as in you want it to fit nice, look nice, all that stuff. It's suited for your body. The other aspect, though, that I was trying to reach out to, maybe you guys didn't get onto, is that tight clothing is going to make you look more fitted. Because you could find clothing that makes you look fitted as in it's good for your body type, but you might need clothing that might be tighter, or honestly just in certain areas tighter, looking structured a certain way that will make you look more masculine or buff. So the whole idea is making this woman feel like, oh, this guy works out, or this guy is so aggressive, or this guy can handle me. And this is just the physical aspect. The next part though, if you don't want to be the guy that's gonna go obviously wear tight clothing, or let's say once again fitted clothing for her, it's cool, but you want to be the guy that's not looking like you can't handle her, you can't take care of her. You want to have full control, right? So the only way you're going to look like that is that most times you got to be able to have that full control physically. And it's not that you need to do it when it's time, but it's like it looks good on you. You guys, I want to wrap up the video saying this. take it like this. When women go out in public, and this is another thing, I'm going to start writing down. I got to write down these things because I want to always elaborate. But when women go out in public, take it like this. When they are around other men, and I'm sorry, this sounds really bad, but when they are around other men and those men are actually looking so strong, looking so buff, looking so masculine, guess what, fellas? Those guys look that way, and it makes you just look less of a man to that woman that's not fully committed to you. Now, I have to be exact on fully committed. If she's really about you, there shouldn't really be any problem. Like, what's going on if there is a problem, right? But oftentimes, you guys are dealing with women that are not that serious about you. You're dealing with women that are not really there for you. So the case is that you're going to be around other men that you're competing with even when you don't want to. So it means that you have to be in tip-top shape for your own sake, for your own benefits, and for keeping her around if you want to. Now, fellas, I will simply just say, because we're already at 11 minutes, don't do these things because you feel like you have to get her. I had to clear my throat. You do these things because you feel like it's right. You feel like it's the clear thing to do for her, but it's not for her sake of you're trying to praise her. So in the process, it's like you have balance, or you're trying to figure out the balance. You're going to put effort in finding ways to make yourself look more physically masculine, but you're also making sure that you look it for your part, and you're not becoming a whole different type of man, a whole different type of guy, this whole masculine type of guy. We could say that. Maybe you want to go in the gym, start lifting like crazy, but you're becoming a whole different type of guy just for her own sake, and it's not benefiting you at the end. I always tell you guys, do the things for you, and then at the end, you'll see why you should have, and then why you should continue to. Fellas, I'm going to leave it at this to tell you, you are going to keep wasting your time if you're over here trying to look exactly how that man or what she wants next is supposed to be. The next man that women want, all these types of guys that women want, it's because they're doing basic things that's allowing them to be great. But the basic things is really challenging for the average people. And so the gym part, the whole looking good, masculine, taking care of yourself, and there's a lot of things I didn't touch on as physically back to your face and hair, all those things, when you have it all in check and then you basically allow it to show, you let your confidence show too, fellas, you're not gonna have to worry about nothing. That woman's gonna see the potential, and I say potential first because women are picky. So it's gonna start off with, okay, there's a chance, there's a maybe. And then the other part will be like, oh yeah, I see it in him, oh, he's the one. And that's obviously what you want. But in all reality, it's just down to the fact of what? You're dealing with women to just try to figure out yourself. And then hopefully at the end, if you get that woman, you'll get it. But you want to figure out who you are, and you're supposed to be a masculine man at the end of the day. You're supposed to be buff, you're supposed to be strong. So if that's not happening, if it's not applying to your lifestyle, there's going to have to be a change. And it's going to start with you, obviously, right? I hope so. So I'm going to wrap up this video by saying, I hope I helped you guys out. I do want to elaborate per usual. There's always more to touch on. But we're going to wrap up like this. Please let me know what types of videos you guys would like to see, per usual, once again. And I do have 2 other channels and a Patreon. Y'all make sure you subscribe. Y'all will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.